Well struck. Raise the father.
Perfect balance.
Greetings.
Alright, hope you guys are doing well on this awesome Wednesday. I'm back with another Diablo sesh. Thank you all who are tuning in and watching. Thanks for all the comments. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, to answer your question, Justin, I'd either have to say my Mahomes rookie card or my Jaden Daniels downtown. It's hard to pick. I have a lot of good cards in my collection. It's kind of hard to pinpoint which are my favorite, but those I'd have to say are my two closest as far as being my best. I have a lot of good pulls. Yeah, I pulled some really good stuff. Let's see. Is the Patrick Mahomes a 10? Yes, it graded a 10. Yeah, it's his Rookies and Stars rookie card. It's the purple parallel, which is kind of rare. I think the population last time I checked was maybe under 20 or 30. There's not many out there. I got very lucky when I hit that card. I was just starting out ripping on my channel, and it was Thanksgiving Day, I believe, and I bought 2 hangers off eBay, and sure enough, I thought I wasn't going to hit it, and sure enough, my second hanger, I got lucky and pulled his rookie card. I was super stoked. The Jaden Daniels, same thing. I bought a mega off of GameStop, and only only one mega, and sure enough, of all rookies to get, I pulled Jaden Daniels downtown, so I was pretty stoked about that. I said I have a lot of other good pulls on my channel. Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I was pretty shocked. And to pull the purple parallel, that's pretty rare. Like, I got super lucky. I've hit Otani's opening day rookie. I pulled that out of a box before. I've hit Aaron Judge's rookie out of Tops. Just base, but it was not a parallel, but a rainbow foil. I've done pretty well on my channel. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you want to know anything about cards or collecting or games, just let me know. I'm going to start off, I'm going to go to this Helltide and see when it's over. It's over in 5 minutes, so I think I'm going to pass on that. Oh, wow. Yeah, the 86 Jordan. Nice. Even though it's a PSA 6, that's still pretty sick. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a pretty good card. Man, just to have his rookie card, that's pretty awesome. I love to have his rookie. I got a bunch of Jordan cards, but they're not rookies. Like I have some from the 90s. Yeah. Man, too bad it didn't get an A, huh? Yeah, those grading companies are very strict about grading. Like I said, I was bummed about my Jaden Daniels. It actually got an 8, and it looks like it's a 9 or a 10, so go figure. So I know the feeling. Sorry yours didn't get an 8. That's just a shame. I sent a bunch of cards in recently. Still waiting for them to come back. I have a yeah, sure, no problem. I sent in a LaMelo Ball number to 10. Actually, I think it was his jersey number, 1 out of 10. I have a triple auto. I'm excited to get that back. It's a Paul Skeens, Rhett Lauder, and Cam Horton or Cam, one of the other pitchers. I think it's Cam something. Triple auto. I have a Uptown of Drake May. Unfortunately, didn't win the Super Bowl. That would have been crazy. And a Joe Paula Rose Gold number to 10. So I sent those in. Hopefully, those all come back 10s. I don't think the I have a feeling my Uptown won't get a 10. Yes. Let me think. Yes, the Joe Paula came from a hobby box of Bowman. Trying to think. The optic came from blaster boxes. The Mellow Ball did come from blaster as well. Yeah, they all came from packs. I've been very lucky with retail. The most I spent on a box. I would have to say probably a hobby box of probably like 250 is probably the most. Maybe like a jumbo box of tops, like flagship. Probably the most I'll go. I won't go more than 3. That's when it's getting ridiculous because the return of return of sale or return of interest is not very good. I mean, I don't know. I just look at kind of the both sides of things. Yeah, it's nice to have an expensive box, but at the same time, you don't want to go broke. The hobby's about having fun, and if you're spending like $300-400 for a box, it's kind of like you're just kind of playing with your money. I just don't think that's. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. Yeah, you're not wasting too much. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I try not to break the bank, so to speak. Just have a little fun. If I hit something great, if I don't, I'll just move on to the next product or the next thing that I want to rip. I've seen these breakers and stuff spend hundreds and thousands of dollars. I'm just like, I don't know how they do it. I just personally, I don't think it's worth it. That's why I think this hobby's gotten too far out of hand. I think between the breakers spending all this money and just the prices keep on increasing, and I don't know. It's getting out of hand. The hobby should be fun. Man, it's still not over. Yeah, I've seen that too. Absolutely. Yeah. It kind of makes you feel good about what you do buy and are thankful and, glad just having what you have. I've seen a lot of people rip expensive boxes and haven't pulled crap out of their boxes. They spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm just like, yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, you might have a chance to hit that big card, but is it worth it, Is it worth to spend all that money? You kind of have to weigh your options. That's what it boils down to. And I just do it for fun. Like, some boxes are absolutely crap. Like, you'll rip a box. I mean, it's not about the value, but it is nice to have something good to hit in your box. It kind of makes it worthwhile and makes you want to buy a little bit more, like, so to speak, chase a little bit more. But I've ripped boxes that have been absolute garbage, and why did I even buy this? For example, like Optic this year has been absolutely terrible. Prism is another example. This year's Prism has absolutely been terrible. Um, oh, definitely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You can go on the aftermarket or like eBay and stuff and find the card you want. Really not have to break the bank. You can just buy what you want to buy. Some of these boxes are just getting ridiculous. Hopefully there's another Helltide. I need to build up my gear a little bit more, so I might do some Infernal Hordes. I need to do upgrade. Yeah, some of these probably need to do boots. Yeah, pretty much all these I need to switch. Yeah, we'll do some Infernal Hordes to start things off. We'll do one of these. Am I on? Oh, why did I do that? It's okay. Should have stuck it. Yeah, definitely. So it's almost like you have to get 9s and 10s. That's why I kind of don't like grading stuff. Too much on the number. Yeah, it's nice to get those high number cards, but it's hard to get them that way. I feel like the grading companies are way too strict. And it just depends on who grades it too. There's a lot of stories about grading stuff. And not getting a good grade because they had a bad day, or they find little imperfections and stuff that's really given. Some of these third-party companies would come up and start getting popular and valuable, because I really like some of the other tags. I really love their crap, but they're not really popular. People don't really accept them. They're not big stuff. All about free. And to me, I think that's unfortunate. But I guess time will tell if those third-party trading companies will come out of nowhere and start making a name for themselves. Because I really do love packaging. Their cards don't hold the value. Too much emphasis on the value of it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, to get a low number of cards. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I've had a lot of signatures that scribbled. Like, I think his name was Jazz something. Jazz. He's a football player. He just put like Jazz. Or like, it was some weird, I've had some that just like scribble some little thing. I totally agree with you, 100%. I mean, you're a famous sports player, famous, superstar. You should at least take the time and fully sign your name. I absolutely 100% agree with that. Like, I've had some really squiggly little weird looking letters, and it's just, I totally agree. Yeah, exactly. They just like scribble some line or something. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. But come on, you can put more than that. I feel like baseball players have better penmanship than other sports. Sports like football, for example, like some of the letter or something. But baseball players, I feel like they do take a little bit more effort and hard. That could be it too, yeah. That'd be pretty bad. But yeah, baseball players, I feel like they do a lot better job of that's why I love baseball a lot. I feel like the autographs are nicer and they hold a little bit more value. They're just, I don't know, baseball players seem a lot more laid back and kind of open to signing stuff than other sports. And I'm gonna do the Stalking Devil. Okay, 100 more. I'm already at 150. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be getting this stream. I wish I was, but I don't I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try. Yeah, I agree with you. For example, I just recently did Alan Trammell's auto out of 2026 baseball. This is great. Andre Dawson, his signature ball. That's what we auto. It's pretty yeah, the old players do have good design. They take the time and effort, really care about the game. I'm not saying the other players don't. They're more in tune for their thing. It's just a different time, I think. Yeah, I do like the old player signatures. There's something nostalgic about them. Not that of a rush, considering this only has 8 rounds. That almost 3 Hey, what? I'm pretty impressed with how well I've done. I feel like in the past I haven't done very well. So I've already accomplished 75 or 80 already. I just thought I already only have one. That 3 over 330. I'm trying to think. I don't have any bats. I have bat relics and cards, I'm trying to think if I have any. No, I don't have no bat. I don't have any hat or anything. Oh yeah, I do have a baseball of Luis Angel Acuna. I bought that off of, it was some like Pulse or one of those third-party companies that I think it was like $100 and some, you get like a baseball autograph. So you don't know who you're going to get, but it's a list of players. I do have a baseball of Luis Angel Acuna. I do have that, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, no bats. I think that's the only type of memorabilia I have as far as autographs. Mostly just cards. Don't have any hats. Don't have any jerseys. But yeah, I don't have any jerseys. I do have helmets. Like, football players. I do have some like those mini helmets. I have a couple of those autographed from players. College players autographed helmet, and I have a football that's rated by football players. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. No jerseys, no hats. I like a lot of college football. Football is fine. And I do have I have a picture of him. But yeah, as far as baseball, I'm not going to have baseball. I'd like to get a bat, but they're just so expensive. I don't know. Just still kind of debating on that. It's like, where would you keep it? You'd have to get like a special case for it. I don't know. I'm still debating on that. It would be kind of cool to have something like that. I recently just got Yakult autograph basketball. I was really fun. Oh wow. That's awesome. That's really cool. These balls are awesome. I think if Mario would do hockey, a little pop. Yeah. Can't wait long, but yeah, we're doing it. Definitely a good bet. Really good match today. Mario was viewing a good hockey player. Moving back in time, rest down. Yeah. They were a good player. That's really awesome. Yeah, I wish I had some of the old hockey players stuff autographed. That's really cool. I'd love to have a Nolan Ryan autograph. That's one of the autos I'd really love to get. That or Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, so you got a stick and cleat? Nice. That's awesome. That is really cool. See, that kind of stuff really holds value and kind of holds sentimental value, and it's kind of hard to let those things go, and it's just awesome to have. That's really cool. Cool just to have that collection. Yeah, exactly. That's true too, yeah. I always think about that when we use the baseball bats. How many bats? There's probably a lot of bats. I think they said they shave like so much off each bat or something to put in a card, and that's crazy. Yeah, to think of how many hockey sticks are used for that. Like in the cards. That's pretty awesome. You actually got the stick. That was really awesome. Yeah, most people go crazy to actually have that much of an actual hockey stick. Most people just maybe get like a puck or even just like a photograph. Sure, no problem, man. Absolutely. Yeah, some people die just to have like a whole stick of an actual player. That's pretty special, man. That's pretty awesome. Not bad. I mean, it's totally worth it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. These. Yeah, that's crazy. You paid $650 for the stick. But as long as the only thing that matters is if it makes you happy and it's, you know, it has that kind of value and meaning in your life. That's all that matters, you know. If you're happy with it, you know, that's really all what it boils down to, you know. You actually meet the person and it, you know, just has that kind of special place in your heart, you know, and has that kind of value to you. It doesn't matter what the price could be. That's what makes collecting so amazing. To hear people's different stories and stuff, that's really awesome, man. Yeah, I love to meet like players and get their autographs, and it just has so much more meaning and value to it.
Fair trade.
I didn't get shit from that run.
Be wary on the road. What will it be?
Upgrade my boots. Depends on how much it costs. Yates. That. I don't think I have enough to really. Nope. Do anything. I think a Helltide's going on. Let me do that for a little bit. Let me do some Helltide runs. This is about ready to run out, so I'm going to use a bunch of defense again.